Ramblings of a Music Teacher. Episode 10. How to turn pages without throwing your music on the floor. We've all been there, either a long piece with multiple pages or even a shorter piece with bad editing, so that the page turn arrives at the most inconvenient moment. How does one turn that page without running the serious risk of the music ending up on the floor? The first option I want to think about is a page turner. This is quite a luxury for some, and you need to find a good one, someone who instinctively knows when is the best moment to turn the page, and also who won't get in your way. Here is a little known fact. In ABRSM exams, although candidates are not allowed to bring a page turner into the exam, the accompanist of a grade 8 or diploma exam may do so. Thinking now again about exams, some people might think that they could photocopy the last page of a piece in order to avoid a page turn. Now, generally, the photocopying of music is illegal, but in certain situations it is permitted. Obviously, in your own home, copying a sheet of music that you've already purchased to help with page turns isn't going to be a problem. But what about in an exam situation? The ABRSM's official line is, "The making or use of photocopies of copyright works is not permitted. Application should be made to the copyright holder before any copy is made. It is the applicant's responsibility to ensure that candidates act within the law with respect to the making and use of photocopies. ABRSM reserves the right to withhold the exam result of any candidate where it has evidence of the use of an illegal copy in connection with that exam." This all seems a bit of a hassle, writing for special permission to copy one sheet for a page turn. The next option is memorizing. If you can do it, this is the ultimate solution, and in many ways better for the music itself. I personally performed all my exams from memory. It helped to get more involved with the music rather than be distracted by the notes. If memorizing a whole piece is too challenging, I have a few students now who memorize just the first or last page of a 3-page piece, for example. You could even just memorize a few bars and turn the page at a more convenient moment. Then there is the option of dog-eared pages, where you fold the corner of the page over. This is quite an effective method, and I use it all the time when accompanying for exams when I haven't had the time to memorize the piece. Also, many of the videos I have put on YouTube of exam pieces use dog-eared pages. Have a look at some of my longer videos and you'll see. You need to be careful though, to remember to refold the corner of each page every time before a performance, as a flat dog ear isn't that easy to get hold of. Another variation I have heard of but not used myself is using mini post-it notes at the bottom corner of each page. But these will need to be staggered, because if you have more than one page turn, you might end up grabbing 2 of these post-it notes at a time. And then there's the option of physically cutting your music with the scissors. It sounds like sacrilege, but it is another alternative. This works best for instrumental music when you have a few bars rest. You could cut just under where there are a few bars rest, and even if it is more continuous music without much rest, where there is just a few beats rest, and you could turn just half the page at that moment. Hopefully, if the edition lends itself, you'll have the opportunity in the top half of the next page to turn over the bottom half of the previous. Technology. Now, more recently, music has been available in digital form, where you can even store an entire library on your iPad, for example. With this, it's easier to swipe a single page without the risk of picking up 2 pages at a time, or throwing your iPad on the floor. Further still, there are now hands-free devices like AirTurn, which connect to your tablet through Bluetooth. And there should be a link in the description below for you to have a look at this AirTurn product. The only problem with this method is you couldn't use it in an exam because putting your music on an iPad would technically be copyright. Let me know in the comments below what methods you have used, or even if you have any horror stories of your page turn fails. And as always, thank you for listening, and see you next Thursday for more ramblings of a music teacher.